Hello drawing class, welcome to class 5. This first video is to kind of go over what I'm looking for in your first project that is due today. That is due today, the modified contour value drawings, okay? So those crazy, a lot of shading work, those crazy lines, cleaning it up, etc. I sent you the wrong rubric in the first assignment sheet, and I apologize for doing that. I was kind of confused when I was looking over the rubric, and I was like, oh my god, I sent the wrong rubric. So I resent it to you, and hopefully you all got that in time. Please review. But I wanted to go over what I am looking for, okay? Let me just pull that up quickly. Okay, so modify contour value drawings rubric. Shading work is neat and consistent and filled to the edges, okay? All spaces are filled in with the values in the value scale. Drawing 1, minimum 5 values. Drawing 2, 7 to 9 values. So I'm looking to see if you have 5 or the 7 to 9 values. Value placement. Distribution and use of values that are effective and creative and makes the composition dynamic and unified. How did you place the values and work with the lines in order to make a dynamic composition that would lead the viewer's eye throughout the composition? Composition meaning your drawing, okay? Your piece. Neatness, presentation, and effort. Did you communicate with me? Did you send in your progress work? Is your shading neat? Is the quality of the image for critique that you're sending to me for the whole class to see, is it high quality? Is it well lit? Is it not blurry? Is it clear, etc.? So I will ask you, if you do not send me a good high quality image. So high quality image meaning like you take a picture of your work. I know it's hard because we're not critiquing in person and seeing the work physically, but you take a picture and did you crop it? Is it not angled, straight view down, so that we don't see anything outside of the page? Is the paper well lit? You can lighten it up on even your camera these days, so can we see the lines and shading work? So I will upload all your drawings on Blackboard, and I will ask for critique, since we can't do it in person, for you to send some feedback on your experience and process, and also give feedback on your peers' work. Okay, so that's the rubric. Please look at it. When we're doing critique can sound very intimidating and kind of scary. Well, probably not as scary now because we're doing everything online, but I am hoping that in the future we will be able to have video teams critiques, right? And hopefully get to know each other as well. But for critique, we are all learning, okay? And I don't know if I've said this before, but you will learn more from each other than from me. It's a little bit unfortunate that in this online kind of class setup, we can't see how people are shading and how they're drawing and kind of the process and struggles and strengths and weaknesses. But really, when you're in a group of artists, learning artists, and I learn more from my peers than maybe from my instructor in a ways. Like I'd be like, hey, how'd you do that? Or like, whoa, that's so cool. I never thought about shading it or drawing it that way. Or your composition's awesome. Or you see someone really improve throughout the semester, and that really inspires you. Just seeing them learn. Everyone has their own process, their own learning journey, right? So even though critique, we may be putting work on the wall, and it's all part of the process of getting better. So, look at your shading work, look at someone else's shading work and their contour line work, and give feedback based on the rubric. So it's going to be technical in that way, especially for our future assignments when we do still lifes, right? you know, hey, you did this really well, or and also I think you could have worked more on this area. It's not as dynamic, or the shading is not, it doesn't seem as if you put as much time on this area of your drawing, things like that. So I will send a sheet out on Wednesday for, you know, critique guidelines and giving feedback guidelines for your peers, okay? So I think that's it for feedback for critique. Hopefully we'll dive more into critiquing when we have our video critique, but we'll see, okay?